as I was taking the exit from the 101, there was a homeless guy waiting it was a one-legged homeless guy with a three-legged dog. And I saw him and I thought, no, if you were a three-legged guy with a one-legged dog, that'd be interesting. Because you spend enough time in Hollywood and it starts to make sense to do a quick punch-up on the disability of the person at the end. And then I felt guilty, so I gave him $5, because I don't believe in a magical world at all. But I was pretty sure if I gave him $5, it would improve my chances of getting the deal I wanted on this book. Oh, this book. The book, I should explain this book and why I was so excited to have. The book is called Laughs Last. And I had originally made a deal for it with a micro publisher. It's a print-on-demand, legitimate royalty-paying publisher. It's a step above vanity publishing. I wouldn't vanity publish, because I remember my dad saying to me when I was very young, if Ben Franklin was such a big deal, how come he had to self-publish? But I had taken this to a micro publisher, and they had picked up the rights, and I knew, because it was a micro publisher, that I was going to need to do a lot of my own marketing. So I had sent out pamphlets to indie bookstores all over the country, over 2,000 pamphlets I sent off to, saying, carry my book. And I'd gone and gotten my own blurbs. I got blurbs from Carl Reiner and Paul Krasner, and Bud Friedman said that to have a book that was entertaining, that was set in the comedy world, was a miracle. And that he said I had performed a miracle in his blurb. So I did all of my own marketing work, and then in the first year that it was out on the market, we sold well over 84 copies. And then the publisher went out of business and returned the rights to me. And ordinarily, that's the kind of thing that could send me into a spiral of depression. That kind of thing, my mood can spiral downward like Larry Flint at the Guggenheim over that kind of thing. But a thing had happened in between the time they started publishing. I'm sorry, I'll wait until you finish explaining the Guggenheim. I apologize. There's more light on the room than I'm used to for technical reasons. And I actually saw somebody turning to the person next to me and going, but in the time between the time they had published and the time that they gave me the rights back, my hero in the world of humor and writing, David Sedaris, had invited me to start opening for him. Which put me in a different position. I felt maybe I could just take the rights back and get a real proper book deal. And I had started sending it out again. And now this guy from a legacy publishing house had contacted, I'm going to be in LA. I want to meet you at the hotel. I'm there for 2 days. Yes, this is it. And if giving this homeless guy $5 could change the destiny, I was going to give him $5, besides which I felt guilty about the rewrite. It's like that pitching. Did I tell you the pitching to a fetus story? I pitched a really cool show to a fetus. When I say a really cool show, this is a reality television show set in an adventure fantasy world. And when I say I pitched it to a fetus, I exaggerate. But the executive at Buena Vista Television was wiping the last of the amniotic fluid from his face as I told his assistant that I did not want the coffee she was offering. I won't give you the whole pitch. Here's the short version. It's called Castle Quest. You get the 12 greatest swordsmen from around the world. That's martial artists and stage combat directors and fencers and reenactors, and you move them into a castle. And each week they learn a different period weapon, and they do period-specific skills challenges. And then the 2 winners fight for immunity for the next week, and the 2 losers fight for elimination. And at the end of the season, the last one keeps the castle. And this toddler at Buena Vista said, what's the hook? And I said, well, they're sword fighting to win a castle. And he said, I don't see why that's compelling. Maybe if at the end someone won a girl, we could sell it. And I said, I don't think that's legal in modern America. And he said, well, we don't have to shoot it here. And this made me want to have asked for the coffee earlier, because it would be a good time to sip slowly and compose myself. And he went on to say, look, maybe this is a little too on the nose. I'm just spitballing. But if someone in the last episode got hung, then you'd have something. And I figured he had to be joking. So I said, well, then we'd need to take it to Fox. And he said, oh, we can't. This is Buena Vista. We're Disney. And then he said, do you have anything else to pitch? And I said, no. Yes. What if, instead of a child behind a big desk, you were an extraterrestrial who had come to this planet to crush the spirits of artists, dismantling their muses and sucking the marrow from their bones? And he said, I don't understand. Is that a show, or? And I said, yeah, it's just spitballing, probably too on the nose.